Hello, storytellers. It's Storytelling Ron. Just did an interview this early morning for the Lord RPG on a Christian TV or podcast, doesn't show. I'm sure I'll send a link out at some point on my Facebook page. We'll see. Anyway, I'm doing Foundry virtual tabletop. How I use Foundry VTT virtual tabletop to do my online games for and how simple it is to use Foundry. There are other VTTs out there, right? Roll20, but you got to pay monthly and all that. And there are a bunch of others. And the thing is, to do minor rant, Roll20 pushes the Pride Month and the Pride stuff and the gender stuff. I don't know if Foundry does. I don't. The thing about Foundry is I can ignore all that if they do it. I have a Discord and I don't really go on that much because I'm not doing in Foundry. I'm not using all the crazy stuff that they got going on. I'm simplifying it down to just what I need. So the purchase price of Foundry, it's a one-time purchase, is $50. $50. Okay, so that's great. Let me just this is my. I don't even know why I'm showing this because it's not really necessary. So I have Foundry installed, and I do have a video on how to set up the server on your computer. It's on my YouTube channel somewhere. You just gotta look for it for yourself. But that was a little tricky. I mean, they have instructions on the Foundry website to do it, but it's kind of like not totally straightforward. So that's kind of weird. But I have a video that shows how to do it. At least maybe they've made it more user-friendly. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty user-friendly, but there's still a couple things you got to do. So here's when you open up Foundry, you do have to, and this, I'm going to start from the beginning kind of. You do have to start with a game system. So you can literally, here, install system. You can look for systems on here and install, look for whatever. They have all kinds of games, like Dungeons & Dragons or whatever, all these different ones. And you can install it. Most of them are free. Some you got to buy, blah, blah, blah. But I just use the simple world building one here. This is, can't see it on there. Let me move my YouTube thing, just so you can see it. Let me just shrink myself actually, because I am going to be showing quite a bit. So let me shrink myself. Okay. So right here is simple world building. And that's the one I use. And it's made by Atropos, which is the guy or team of in Foundry. So that's the one I use. I have a D&D one here. I've got Alien RPG, which is from Alien RPG, which I'm kind of curious about. I haven't GM'd it or anything. And then Star Wars one, which I used to do and had fun, but not doing it anymore. So these are the only ones I have on here. And Simple World Building is the one I have that for the Lord RPG. I will show you the add-on modules in the game because I've got a few here. I highly recommend not using the modules. I appreciate these are basically community made free ones, and I appreciate that people do it. There's certain ones here I do really really like, but the more you put on there, the more sort of chaotic it is. Whenever there's a software update, no telling which modules will work or not work, and how to stay on top of that. So the less of these, handy fancy shortcut tools you use, the better, and just keep what you're doing in Foundry simple. And I've worked it out for, I don't even know what configuration is, whatever. Update software is always something you're going to have to do at some point whenever they get a new update. And again, the less modules you have, the better, and game systems. So let's just go to the one where I do For the Lord RPG. And this is where I do all the shows. Choose Game Master, join the session. I don't put a password in, because it's just on my own server, and I just invite people when we play. All right, so let me. This is a map. I don't know if you. This video is not necessarily about whether you know how to use Foundry or not. It's really about how I set stuff up, and also help you with creativity when you're creating a mission or an adventure for the missionaries. So what I do is I create a scene first, okay? And actually, the advice I'm giving here is that this helps me create a mission. I am able to sort of put these pieces together and start thinking about it. As you can see here, I started thinking about, well, what I want to do. Okay, let me just start from scratch. That way you all know where I'm going with this. it's cutting off. Okay, I don't like that it's cutting off. I'm going to pause a sec, and I don't like that it's cutting off the left here because I want you to see some of the tools over here. So let me just fix that real quick. Okay, I'm going to have to do it like this because I want to fit. Let me just do it like that. Am I fitting all the stuff in there? That's fine. And down here is just stuff that I don't ever use on the left side there. I mean, not necessary to see it. Okay. So the tools over here. This is obviously when you pick tokens and move them around. I really only use this. I don't even use the ruler. If you can see the ruler here, because I don't. It's real. I just concerning ranges for the game. I just kind of guess it. Like whatever looks short, whatever looks medium, type of thing. So I don't really use the ruler. The two main ones I use is this one here with tile control. This tool right here is a tiles that places and moves these guys around. Okay, the map pieces. And the other one I'm starting to use now is draw, which I can draw these shapes and these paths, which kind of help with delineating the land from the water, the marsh here. That's kind of it. The rest, I don't use wall controls because that's for lighting and then bumping into things and for the tokens, and I don't need that for this game. Lighting, I don't use lighting at all. I turn them off because I just use this whole reveal under tile control. With select bracket on. When they go down, say this thing, and I just reveal it as they go. That's the lighting. That's how I do lighting, and then reveal the next place. And there's the tomb they're going into in the marshes, and then here is a little mean lizard hiding behind the tomb. Oops. Get out of that. That's the ruler. Get back to regular brackets. Okay. So that's how I do the basic tools I really use in Foundry. I keep it really simple and works great. So let me show you how I set up a scene. Over here I got it organized. What I try to do is create a generic scene of the area here. And then when I play a group of people, I will copy it out. Where is it here? I'll duplicate it, and then make the put the duplicate one into the folder of this group of missionaries or whatever that are doing their thing. But let me just start now with creating a completely new scene. And I thought about this a little bit ahead of time. Forest Tomb. Okay, so I can put it in a folder if I want, but I'm just going to have it do on the basic create. So Forest Tomb. I'm going to make the color. Actually, I'm going to make the color similar to the swamp here. So let me see if I can grab a color. Perfect. And for some reason, you got to click in here for it to accept. Like that's the enter. Grid. I'm going to turn the grid off. I don't need them to be on grids. I like to do 70 pixels per square inch because that's just been the default that I've used forever, and that's kind of what I'm using for all the tokens. So and battle maps. I hope I hope they're all like that. The tokens that I give you guys that you can download on my website. So the size of this, I'm going to do 8,000 by 4,500, which is just, I'm guesstimating, which is kind of a widescreen. I don't need a bunch of padding percentage around it, which is like a non-playable area around the map. Also lighting, I turn all these off. I don't need to mess with any of that. And that's the thing about Foundry. They're constantly adding new effects and lighting and same with the add-on modules. It's all about effects and creating a scene, which I don't really need to do any of that. I don't, it's too. I did do it. I got really into it when I was doing Dungeons and Dragons, but then with every new software update, things broke, and I was like, I'm in the middle of a campaign. I can't have things breaking. Obviously I shouldn't probably update the software, so maybe that's on me. But I want, when they have a new update, I'm like, oh, I want the new lighting feature they have there, but then it breaks all the modules that I set up. Ambience. I don't have any ambience there. I do have music, and I have a lot of music. Okay, these are all mine, original, and I create them in a way that they're about 10 plus minutes, and the music moves along in an ambient sort of way, slowly. So it's not a song. It's not a composed song. It's more of a a wall of sound or an ambiance based on what is needed, what sort of style, and so these are all. Look at these are all I've done. They're all about 10 minutes each, and they're all available to members. Some of these are actually just on my D&D one, but I'm making more and more. especially for the apocalypse and the sci-fi setting. And they're all available, and for the annual membership, there'll be more available. I just keep making them, and they're for you to use at home, or if you want to use them on if you do any shows or make any shows yourself. And this is in the playlist area. Okay, so let's go back to the map that I just made, Forest Tomb. Let's view it. Okay, what the? I didn't do that right. The heck did I do? Grid? Oh, it didn't. Oh, I didn't save the settings. Okay, let me redo that. 8,000, 4,500, 0.5, whatever. Lighting. Oh, I forgot to save it. I just closed it. Okay, fine. That's fine. That's a good way to remember to do that. I don't have the color that I used. I'll just try and do something kind of, it's a little too, whatever that is. Okay. I think I like that. Save changes. Yes. All right. So it's kind of widescreen. If you can see that, that's the border right there. And again, this is Foundry. You buy it once and you don't have to pay for it again. And you can have people join your game online. And they just do a link through a browser. And so they play it on, and I would recommend Chrome. Even if they're on a Mac, use Chrome. So, and also you can, under settings, let me show you this. Under managed modules, here are the ones I'm using. Now the stream view is for when you do streams and you have a separate window which I record instead of this window, which shows all the Grand Man and Minister secrets. I have a separate window just that I open up in Chrome that will do the stream view. This quick scale is just handy because it uses the brackets on the keyboard, and you can upscale and downscale tokens to make them bigger or smaller. But the rest of these are just the dice, which is down here at the bottom. Let me close this real quick and roll. Has that. Okay, so that's what that is. And you can customize the dice, which is really, let's see here. Customizing the dice, different colors and all that. So those are all of these ones you see here that are checked are basically the dice. Oh, this pointer and pings is not totally necessary, but boy, do I use it. So the pointer and pings, quick scale, and stream view are the only ones that are not, I think, part of the dice. And the pointer and pings is this thing, which, as you can see, has my little handy pointer. And it actually will move the whole team to what I'm pointing at when I right click on it. I hold the X down, and if I need to move them all over here, it goes like that. Now, Foundry has their own pointer thing, which I think is working. Whatever, I don't see it working. But they have their own pointer thing that they just implemented. So you don't necessarily need the one I have or the one I'm using. But the feature I really like is that I can move them all to that spot. Especially when some of the actors don't have like a really good laptop or they're using like an iPad and they can't really do what I'm doing as far as moving around the map. Okay, so let's get to the action. So here's a character because he's pretty small, right? Token. Let me zoom in with my mouse wheel, and then I bring all the players to the spot. So this is how small it is, and so this is going to be a battle map, an adventure map, and also this works. My game works so that I'm getting all fancy here, or point on a table, right? In your living room, in your kitchen, the dining room, you can print out all of these things that I'm doing here. They're all available. I think most of these right now are all available for free on my website, so you can print them out. You can have the kids cut them out. They're going to get tired because I made a ton. They can color them. I would recommend coloring them, then cutting them out. The black and white ones, which is the printer friendly, which is the map modular pieces that I'm going to place. And then all these tokens, all these cute little guys are printable as well. And there's a black and white for the reverse, mirrored on top. Cut that out, fold it, so you got a little teepee. I don't know where they are. and then and then trim it, and then you got your little tokens. So you don't need to buy any miniatures. You don't need to spend a lot of money. I every adventure in here, and when I do the show, the web shows, I create every token. I want them to to have that. So every little character is created. Okay. So, oops, I meant to keep that in there. Let me just go ahead and keep those in there, actually. These are the tokens. So I'm going to go to the tile tool and open up place tile. I don't know what that one is. Okay, so let me show you. Now I have, if you download this off my website, you'll download and WinWire or unzip this folder, which then has all these map pieces in there. So obviously the map I'm going to make is a forest tomb. I described it as forest tomb, a generic term for what I'm going to do, which is going to be a forest and a tomb. And I'm going to do a little village too, because the mission, this could literally be the entire mission or campaign. This miniseries is this one map. So I'm going to pull out some stuff here just to show you, and I'm not going to go too much in detail because I want to kind of do a quick run through. So these are all available. You see how I'm just pulling out, and you can see it like this. You can see it like this. This is a file explorer type thing here. You want to put all these tokens though under the Foundry data folder. I think you could put them all anywhere you want, but stay organized. I have everything in one area. Let me show you. So this is all in Foundry data, all these folders, based on the different games and things that I've been doing. And I have the sci-fi one, I have the APOC one. What's funny is the APOC one, the Apocalypse one, doesn't really have a lot. It's all in the sci-fi one because it's just a continuation of that. And in the sci-fi version, there's plenty of planets in there that are sort of post-apocalyptic in their technology, and so that's where I'm keeping all of that. Crusader RPG will have all the sort of more 6th century or medieval stuff. Okay, so but you can obviously mix and match the tokens for whichever setting or mix of settings you want. So props, forest. Let's go back to there. All right, I'm gonna make a forest on the top here, and think about this like at a kitchen table, dining room table. You could cut these out, place them down, and you already have a forest. And obviously, you don't need to make it this big or massive or that many. For your at your table. I'm just trying to get a little fancy. Well, not really fancy, but whatever. So little dead trees. I could put rocks in there if I wanted to. This is terrain that you could use to hide things, to have a battle with tactics. And what I'm gonna do, I obviously can do a lot more, but I'm just okay. So let me go to, for the fun of it. Is it crypt? Yeah. So we have a little pagan statue back there, and in the game, whether you're on the table or whether you're doing it through a virtual, I would obviously hide that, right? They're not going to see that. I'll probably hide some of these dead trees, or maybe one. I could probably leave the trees out, but I would definitely hide that. Also, I'm thinking, what if I did that? So like, there's, I'm just gonna put the trees next to them, like that. Now this, I'm going to hide that too, because then that's not going to be revealed until they get closer. If the characters, decide to go exploring in here. Oops. Let me just do both of them. If they go exploring in here, they choose to go around here, they might get ambushed by some bad guys right here. But once they get through all that into here, then I'll reveal the entrance to the tomb and the great evil pagan god statue. And what are they going to do? How are they going to, topple this or desecrate it or what's in there? Okay. So while I'm here, let's have some fun putting down in a Foundry. You can kind of reverse it and even kind of, shape it if you want. Now obviously on a table you can't, but you'll figure that out. And there's also a thing here of putting things below, right, behind. And that one's a little Tetris-y. You got to kind of remember which one goes where. And I'm going to copy this one and paste it since I just made it that way. So it's a really long. And I left this area open so that I can make the tomb or temple or whatever. See, so basic fun silliness. Do I want it like that? Yeah, let's just go for it. And I like to keep the tomb simple in the game because making a long one, I mean, you could do a mega dungeon. You could do like a fun mega under the Rome, crypts and tombs. But for this, there's going to be so much going on that I'll just keep it like that. Okay. And maybe another, make it even creepier. Haha. So these things I like to, they're definitely going to not be revealed, this little chasm, until they come up close enough and I do a little awareness roll and maybe they'll fall through. Or how do they get across that? Let me put a little tomb in here. There we go. That's creepy enough. See, so that's your, and then you can populate it with pagan foes. I did the horned ones. I guess, I probably should. Oh, temple guards. I haven't used these yet, temple guards. Let's just go with the horned ones since I'm used to them. Dun, dun, dun. They're guarding this place. Actually, they're not guarding this place. I keep that simple too. In here would be this will rise out of this. That wouldn't rise out of there. Yeah, I'm getting a little, let me do this one. Cursed. I always like to do cursed. Mummy. Mummy will come out of there. And, hide that. Well, this whole area will be hidden, obviously. But let me show you, this is their stats. This is their basic stats. And if you double click on it, you can open it up and in here, write out, copy and paste from the PDF or whatever, I hope that's possible. Or just type it out. It's easy enough. I like typing out too, in the sense of, it really helps me carefully read and see every aspect of the villain. Because when I copy paste or read stuff, I tend to skim nowadays because of so much information. But when I type it out myself, I get, it gets more in my brain, more solid. And this is what I've done is I purposely did it this way, set up the format of the creatures so that it is easy to copy and paste. I started off with like a graph, and you fill in little boxes, the little tables, and you fill in the table, but you can't copy and paste that very easily. So then I realized I need to just keep it simple enough that all the information is listed there. There's a basic formatting style, and you can easily type this out yourself. And you can easily make up your own stuff. I encourage you, as the Grand Minister, to think about changing and giving them little attacks or abilities just based off of what you're thinking, what you think they would do in that circumstance. So let me just, for the fun of it, I'm going to delete this and just think of a different kind, a forest cursed mummy. So can we do cursed mummies in a Christian role-playing game? I believe so. I've been reading the founding church member or fathers, and they come up with, they mention evil spirits. They mention cursed swarms of bugs and miracles against them and dragons. So here, like this. I'm going to say that this mummy is unique in that it can summon a swarm of bugs that come out of the tomb area, out of the rocks and stuff. So I'm just going to make it up on the spot here. Summon swarm. And I'm not going to worry too much about the spirit of 7, and that's a little high. I'm going to bring that down. I would have a spirit of 7 if the players were sort of regulars, and then they had more challenge, needed a little more challenge. And these are the magic points or whatever that they would have, but I wouldn't even, oops, what did I do there? I moved that. That's weird. I didn't know I could do that. You will have magic points for the villains, like how much they can actually cast or do, but I just kind of let them do a few, and then that's it. I don't even worry about their how much they can cast. They're gonna only have 2 or 3 turns at most of doing things anyway. So summon swarm. What does it do? Well, okay, so it must do a damage, and first I'm gonna do a blast, right? It must. How many does it affect? So I'm gonna say it's gonna be a big swarm, so D8. It can get up to D8 in this area of the missionaries, so it could get all of them. It's gonna be D4 damage, and actually I think the D4 should go first because You know what? Whatever. I'm going to type it out however I want. Okay, D4 damage. But it's also going to be minus D4 wound affliction, which means, an affliction is a general term for a wound, a poison, a disease. You're just, hurt, in pain, with some affliction. And they all combine. So if I got like a hit and a bug attack and it got 2 wounds, it would be minus D4. And then the second one would go minus D6. Not minus 2 D4, but you would upgrade the die. So they would get a minus D4 affliction. And think about it, it's a bug thing. So that would not go away unless the nun does the miracle of healing, but that has to be when they're resting. Or how do you get rid of bug attacks? Well, you gotta go rest and clean up and heal up and give it a day or two, and then that'll go down. And then if the nun or a patron lady really mothers and takes care of, you could do it in 1 day as opposed to 2 or whatever. So blast D4 damage, minus D4 affliction. The TR, which is the trial rating, is gonna be should I make this really scary? I'm gonna make it a 14. 14. Oh, should I do fear there? I think one I could add a fear factor to it as well. So TR14 means they got to save versus a TR14, or otherwise they're going to take the damage and get the affliction. So, and the 14 is they'll save the roll and add their aggression or their spirit to resist, or the aggression is they're just tough enough to avoid this damage, or their affliction or spirit is they're just going to strive through it and it's not going to they're not going to allow it to affect them. I could also do aware, because aware is like a dodge. You're aware and you're getting out of the way. So I don't mind if someone or using an aware. Generally, when I do a resistance, I just let them do their best trait, and that's what they use to resist to it. Maybe they use their intellect. I don't know about society, that trait, but so you're open to allowing them to use whatever their strongest trait is. That makes sense to resist this. Are they being aggressive and are they being aware where they're dodging and whoa, get backing off from the swarm? Are they being spiritual? I will, persevere through this and, and suffer through. And so that's how you do that for resistance to things. So it's open. So there's the summon swarm. I think that's enough there. Fear. I don't think I'm going to do fear. He's got the rotted fist. He's spewing out the summon swarm. What else? I think that's all I really want him to do. Blow out the the other thing he can do is take out the fire, like the lanterns and stuff. So I'm gonna do that. So they're all in the dark. So that'd be funny. Extinguish fire, extinguish light, extinguish lights. So a lantern and a torch. I'll just make it the same. Extinguish lights, TR. How can he do it? See, I think it's relatively easy, but the TR12, I'm intrigued by that. I've never done extinguish lights. What would that? A lantern might have a better chance. Well, no, they're both resistant to being extinguished because the lantern is covered and the torch is, got sap. So it's hard to extinguish them. How would he do that? I don't want it to be just magical. I want it to kind of have some sense of reality to it. The swarms go in it, right? So the bugs would go all around it, but then they would burst into flame unless they smothered it. So the bugs attempt to smother the flames, which could happen if there's enough of them. Okay. So bugs, I know I'm totally going off. Extinguish light, TR 10. I'll say 10. If and how, and you got to describe how one keeps bugs from smothering. Just something like that. I don't know. I'm just gonna play it like that. Whatever. We'll see what happens. Okay, that's my cursed mummy in there. Cursed bug mummy? Bug mummy. I don't know. Whatever. Okay. There's be treasure in there, like stuff for them to get for the church or whatever. But let me go. I'm getting a little too into the weeds here. Let me go back out. Okay, so let me hide all this. You can select a bunch of them. Oops, not that. What did I do? Oh, wait. Oh, do that. Right click, hide. Grab these guys, hide. And this guy, hide. Make sure all the tokens are hidden. Okay. Oh, these got to be hidden too. And okay. There's the forest. We got this whole space over here for them to explore. So let me open up the tiles again. And I'm going to go to the village stuff. Pagan stuff. Okay. So see, I got some nifty little village things. Let's do the longhouse for the leader. This is like a, like a watchtower, but a simple one. Let me put it behind him. I'm going to put a guard tower up front. Some old Roman walls. Or whatever. Not that yet. Let me put another tower here. Maybe a wall behind it for the fun of it. I could do like a full-on, fortress, but I'm going to keep it nice and simple. Let me move these around, mix it up a little. Okay. Do that. I have also some fences and stuff under village, I think. You got a little church, you can do a different kind of building as well. Like this could be a smithing building, maybe. Like that. Big fire pit. I think that's enough. Okay. So let me do at least a stockade. Okay. Just a visual. Oh, why did I close that? Okay. So you got a little village here. They're going to have to go into and talk to the villagers. The villagers are all pagan. They do go out and do rituals over here at the statue. They will hide it, protect it. See, so as you're doing this, you're kind of coming up with ideas. What about a beast in there? I should have some beasts in there. Definitely a wild boar. What else? Rat horde. Okay, that could be obviously the beginning encounter is a little rat swarm. Especially if they're sacrificing animals or whatever over there. Scary wolf. We'll keep it with the boar on that side. Maybe a crazy, really tough boar. Could do that because of all the sacrifices. A crazy tough boar is causing, in that area. I don't know. I'm just thinking off the top of my head right now. Obviously. Let me go back to the props. Obviously, I could add more stuff. Why do I keep saying obviously? I don't know. I can add more stuff just to give it some tones of forest. That one needs to be out. And then I'm trying to think what else would be a cool, this is obviously the climax over there. Oops. Roman town. We could have an old Roman ruin, down here that used to be near this tomb. And actually, that's not really a ruin, is it? It looks like a full-on building. But I wonder if I made some ruins. Let's see. I only made these ones, so maybe I should do these ones over here. Or these could be a clue to that. Makes that more interesting. And I wouldn't show those until they got closer. Some stones. Oh. I can have a stone there. Have a stone there. Oh, now, what are these? So a lot of times pagans will go up to the stones and do minor offerings. So that could just be something they got to figure out and learn and discuss. I could draw a roadway in here. It's a road. Got stuck in my mouse. That's a road. I can change the color on those, change the width. see here. Wait, wrong one. Okay. Gotta select it. Fill line. Okay, that's a little, I feel like it should be more brown. Let me copy that because I'm going to put it on the other ones. This could be 60. Is that too light? Yeah, let me go a little darker just because or let me see. Wider. Like that, but maybe not so. Okay, let me copy that. It's just, to yeah, the less you do, the better. Less components. Why did that not? Okay. And I'm going to put it behind the drawings because it's on the ground, obviously. Let's see, right there. Good. This one too, just in case. So these stones are going to be where they do sacrifices. What are they going to? How is the Christians going to act to that? You see the people come out and do that. Oh, let me do one last thing here. You can actually do, yeah, like this. Which is the polygon shape. Then I can adjust it. I can fill it in. Hopefully I got the same color. Yep. Same color. Then I can smooth it out. Oh, there's that. But where's the fill? Oh, fill. Solid. And opacity. Okay, go to 1. And bring it down. Okay. So that kind of gives a sense of clearing here for the village. So that's kind of it. I mean, I'm just showing you how I sort of set up a setting, and then I start thinking about what it is that I want to do. And I populate it with villagers. Pagan foe. Let's have a tough barbarian in there. Let's have a hag witch that she's always telling them what to do. Like, we need to go sacrifice at this stone, or this stone, or this stone, or have a ritual over here with the cursed mummy. With the cursed mummy there. We got to cheat. Let's see, where are the pagans? There's a folder here. Pagan foes, yeah. No, villagers. And these, you create an actor, right? Tempe. Create an actor, and then all I do for creating an actor is I create the actor, name it, and then I go to the same folders here. Oops, and use wait, not a missionary. Let's do a villager, and these are all the different villagers that I have. I got a couple more that are like mob-based crowds, but let me just do the village chief. I got to make a village chief token, but that'll be part of members area because I've already made my basics. But let me use this guy. So, and then this one is the armor. So he just has a 12, which is their basic armor, and his vitality is 10's fine. The first one is on this. This is where did I put him? Tempe. There he is. Okay, so he could be a little bigger. So that's this quick scale brackets. You can see that. The way I made it is these are default. This is all default, so there's not a lot to work with here. But the first one is the vitality, and the second one is the sort of like the armor class, the defense. What it needs to hit them. And I don't know if for this one it's good for both because this is the total and this is the current. And this is the same thing, total or current, but you just put 12 in both or 12 in one. I don't know which one, but I just tend to put them in both. And then here I can create the guy. Okay, aggression 1. Now I got to remember what's aware. 0. Secrecy 0. Spirit 1. Intellect 2. Social 2. This is their leader. I probably should give him more aggression. Let me just maybe make him a little tough. So his defense will be 12 because it's 12 normally, and then awareness, so 0. His armor save, he's going to have leather armor, so save is D4. His vitality is, what did I say, 10? That's it. I mean, that's kind of all there is. He's got a weapon, right? Sword, +3, D6 damage. I'll say D8. You can change it. You can make it up, make the number different because maybe he's got skills in it. Maybe he's just a little bit better at it. D8. Actually, I'm gonna do axe because this is like a village. That's 3, 8 damage. I think an axe is normally D8, so I want to make it a D10, so he's a little tougher. Pull, which is one of the weapon styles, and you can use it or not. Maybe I'm gonna give him a special ability or something. Well, he's gonna have command, so that'll be a +D4 to any warrior, right? Next warrior's next roll. Obviously you can do it once per turn. That's kind of a default. So he has a command ability, and then he has I'm going to say he has like a second wind abilities, right? Second wind, +D4. So he can give himself a heal of D4. And that's it. Maybe he's evil. I don't know. Maybe I'll make them evil. So they're just always going to be adverse to Christianity. Local chief. And I got to come up with a name for him. Let me do that right now. And I got that chart in there that you can use. Let me go down to it. Oh, there it is. There's the chart. Let me roll. Ooh, 20, nat 20. We'll go with the first chart. Yeah, go with the first chart. Rube 7, Sia. Rube Sia 18. Rube Sia 8. Rube Sia Ia. Rube Sia Ia. Rube Sia. I think just Rube Sia. Rube Sia. Rube Sia. Rubsia. Rubsia. Yeah, let's go with that. It's a weird name. Rubsia. I mean, I could add the other Ia in there as well. Yeah. Rubsia Ia. Rubsia Ia. Pretty cool. Okay. That's the chieftain. I mean, I could make this guy actually this barbarian, so that's the actual, make him a little tougher or whatever. But anyway, let me just move on. So the barbarian already has his own stats in there, which I just copy and pasted from the PDF. And that's enough. That's enough to know. And as you can see here, he's got 15 defense and a 14 vitality. And you can, when he gets hit, you can go -5. And did that work? Yeah. So it goes down 5. See? So +5. So that's the way those work too. You can plus and minus in those. And I don't really use any of the other icons on here, except that stream view. That's for the track on stream for the show. And this is the toggle visibility. If you obviously you can use that a lot. And yeah, I can put some villagers in here. That most will be like just prop villagers. I'll just sort of throw them in there, or some chickens. Just to give it some fun. And there's a guard. But I don't know if this small village will have too many guards. Tent, put one there. Village lady. Oh, this is the witch over here. Do a little village lady over there. Little knaves. Goofy guys. Oh, village lady in there. Village maiden. Put some old guys. Where's the old guys? Okay. We can have. Oh, that's too small. I need to make these guys a little bigger, but they're random. But I'm gonna go ahead and make these a little bigger anyway. Yeah, at least 2. Update token. Let me just see if that looks a little better. There we go. I mean, I can adjust the size with the brackets, so that there'll always be this group. I made them all look angry. That doesn't necessarily mean they'll be angry at the beginning, but they might be. They'll be like, "Who are you? What are you doing here?" Kind of thing. Villager old guy. Village farmer. Barbarian, who's the guardian of the witch. And scared chieftain. Maybe she kind of runs the tent village, and he just follows her, and he's kind of scared of her. Who knows? And figure out those dynamics. So as you build up. And so this is how I kind of set up, whatever I'm trying to think about, as far as just in Foundry. And And I like this tool. It's $50, but I like it so that I can place these around, think about it. And then even for the table, I could just sort of base it off of this. You know, I'll take a screenshot of this and kind of prepare it for the other thing if I need to do it on the table, or just gives me an idea of placing things down. But you don't have to do it this way. I mean, a lot of them I just do it just thinking about it, and creating the story or the moral lesson that I want, and then creating a simple village or forest area that they go into, or wherever it is, whatever setting. And I'm going to be building more settings as I do shows like this, so that you can download them and use them as well. And so this is my little video on how I use Foundry to set up these battle maps and areas that they can explore and discover things in. Let me hide these boar. He should be hidden until they come across him, you know. And Foundry is $50. Mine is free. The game is free for you to use. If you'd like to do the Kickstarter, I've got that running in February. So you can get the print version, which is just for the fun of it, to have a cool Zine. Hit the keyboard type thing. Let me go back to, where's my, to the Zine version here, which is a fun one to have. And I'm going to be updating this as well for the final. Okay, and more to come. Thanks for watching, listening. Storytelling Ron, for the Lord RPG.